Hello and a welcome to Leadership Insight, where today it's going to be all about the importance of personal leadership. Before I get started, I definitely want to say to all of the moms out there, I hope you had a terrific and a wonderful Mother's Day. Again, back to our topic at hand. It's going to be all about the importance of personal leadership. So, this, you all, is for everybody because if you're a mom, if you're a auntie, if you're an uncle, listen, whether you have the title of leader, supervisor, manager, it doesn't matter. If you're a person, if nothing else, you are leading yourself. And we are going to talk about this powerful transformational topic of personal leadership. And when we think about leadership, we often think or we imagine leading teams, or it could be a company, your organization. But the truth of the matter, leadership starts with leading yourself first. Personal leadership is about owning your own story, your actions, your dreams, and knowing that you have the power to move your life forward no matter where you are starting from. So definitely go ahead, make sure you have something to jot some notes down, or whether you're using your personal devices. Today, we're going to talk about why personal leadership is a game changer for career success. And we're going to focus in on two key areas that you can focus on to strengthen your leadership from the inside out. Before we get into it, let's talk about last week. And we were talking about transforming your resilience, overcoming challenges like a pro with these strategies. We discussed how to strengthen your mindset and your support system. Now, today it's about own your story and your power. And our second point is going to be set clear goals and lead yourself to them every day. Here's something that I want you to understand. If you can't lead yourself, it is going to be hard to lead others. And dare I say, you will not do it successfully. True leadership doesn't begin when someone gives you a title or a promotion. Did you hear me? Leadership does not start with the title. It doesn't start with the promotion. It begins the moment you decide to take responsibility for your own journey. You must take responsibility for your own growth. You got to take responsibility for your mindsets, your actions, and your outcomes. This is not about your pastor telling you exactly what to do. It's not about your job teaching you everything you must learn. Some of these things must start within. You have to get your own fire started first. So, no, it's about your own journey, your growth, your mindset, your actions, and your outcomes. When we're talking about today, organizations aren't just looking for someone who can follow directions. And yes, being a good follower is a step in the right direction for being a good leader, but organizations just aren't looking for someone who can follow directions. They are looking for those self starters, those problem solvers. You all, I need you to get in the mindset of being able to solve a problem. Some of you expect that every problem that you solve is going to be the correct answer. Every problem you solve, you're not going to get it right all the time, and that's okay. We need you to have the ability to problem solve. And companies are looking, when people are looking for people to be promoted, trust and believe they are looking for someone who knows how to solve problems, not just know how to Google or try to find an answer, knows intrinsically how to map things out in their head, and people who show up with confidence and purpose. Those are the people that they're looking for. Personal leadership shows employers, they show your colleagues that you are reliable, motivated, and ready for the bigger opportunities. And personally, it makes you unstoppable. When you practice personal leadership, you stop waiting for permission to grow. You are not waiting for your boss to approve. a training course, you are going after that training course yourself. And yes, sometimes that means you're going to put your own money in. Sometimes that means you're going to find free webinars. And from that free webinar, maybe you're going to make a new connection. That means sometimes, again, that if it's not free, maybe it's $100 course, a $200 course, a $300 course. You are going to pay for it yourself. Stop waiting for people to give you everything when sometimes you have to put your own money in the pot so that you can grow. And personally, that will make you unstoppable when you practice personal leadership. Again, you stop waiting for that permission to grow. You build the kind of a life and career that you want. I did not get where I am today because I waited for everyone to hand me things. I did not. I read books. I actually did personal courses. I paid out of my pocket. And yes, have I been blessed where I've been in jobs that paid for courses? Absolutely. But that wasn't always the case. I will come out if there is something that I know that I need to learn. I'm not going to just wait and hope and pray that someone gives it to me. I am going to map and chart it out and I'm going to go get it. And I want that for you. And also understand everything that's free isn't always what you need, but sometimes there are free courses out there that can help you to get you to where you need to be. And sometimes you may need to pay for those courses as well, or you need to pay for that master class. Stop thinking free is the only way. It is one way, but it is not the only way. And sometimes you need to pay for a course or two or a master class or two. And that is if you want to get to where you want to get to. That brings me to our first point. Own your story and your power. I'm going to give you a second if you want to take a screenshot so that you can have this visual image. Listen, your story, your experiences, your lessons, your strengths, and even your mistakes is what makes your superpower. So often we think we need to have a perfect story to step into leadership, and that's simply not true. Own it all, the good, the bad, the indifferent, all of it makes up who you are. Every challenge you face has given you wisdom. Don't you hear me? You have wisdom from where you have come from. Every success you've earned proves your resilience. And if you're listening to this and you're sticking in here, I'm telling you, you're building your resilience just by listening and learning. When you own your own story, you walk into the room with confidence. You know where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. You don't have to shrink yourself or you don't have to apologize for the journey that you've been on. I'm going to give you actionable thoughts. This is what I need you to do. Reflect on your wins, your lessons, and the strengths you've gained. Then I want you to also reframe past mistakes as leadership lessons that helped you grow. Listen, you can take something. You may have messed up a project. You will be able to transform and reframe how you messed that project up and how that catapulted you to a better state. It helped you to get to where you are today. It is okay if you mess up. It is okay if you do not get everything perfect, but it's what you do with that, how you reframe that for your current success. And I want you to think about another actionable thought. Practice telling your story with pride, not with your head held down. I want you to practice your story. Stop thinking that everything is just going to automatically come where you don't have to practice. Listen, if you're going on an interview, you practice that, right? Exactly. Well, I hope you do. Let me see. Listen, you all. Everyone is not a perfect interviewee. And if you want to get better, this is food for thought. This is for free. I am deviating quickly from what we're talking about. if you're interviewing, can you please make sure that you are practicing that? Practice the questions and no, I know that you don't know the exact questions, but you need to practice your thought process. You need to speak it out. You need to get in the mirror. How do you look? How are you sounding? Are your facial expressions lining up with the things that you're saying? Those are things people don't just wake up. Well, maybe there is a person out there that just wakes up and they can just interview perfectly. That's not most of us. Most of us have to put in the time. And so when we're talking about owning your own story, we are also talking about you need to practice telling your story with pride, with purpose, whether that's again, interviews, meetings, or personal reflections. These things just don't come out crystal clear without practice. And yes, maybe your neighbor has it all together. I doubt it. They're just not telling you. But most of us have to practice their story. Do you think when I say, if you've never heard me say this, then hear me now. I help mid career women level up to executive level positions. Now, do you know how many times I've had to say that? And that's just real talk. You all practice telling your story with pride. And again, whether that's in an interview, a meeting, or you're having some type of personal reflection, you need to practice it before you're there. Now, when you honor your story, you fully show up as yourself. There is nothing worse than to see a disingenuous person. It is beautiful when we can see your authenticity. Show up as yourself. Listen, when you honor your story, you are going to be able to show up as yourself, fully yourself. How you see me now is how I show up because I don't have to feel like I have to be someone else. If you meet me, guess what? This is me. I don't have to have 5, 7 faces. Now, perhaps if you catch me on an extremely stressful day, maybe I have a little less bubble. Maybe I have a little less bubble. But generally, this is who I am. This is how I show up in any space that I'm in. And so, authentic leadership, it will draw people to you because you are being authentic. And that is something that I definitely want for you. Now, our second point, set those clear goals and lead yourself towards them every day. This is another yet a good time. If you would like to take a snapshot, take a snapshot. Personal leadership is about self direction, knowing what you want and choosing daily actions that move you closer to it. If you're setting clear goals, you're going to have to take actions. I've said this before. Some of you will listen to this and say, this is great information. And yet you won't do anything that I am telling you to do. If I'm telling you to give a reflect, you're not reflecting. You must take action, choosing daily actions that move you closer to your end goal. I wish it could, you just snap your fingers and you would be there. That's not likely to happen. You must be purposeful with this. Leaders don't just drift through their days, they drive their days with intention. Did you hear me? I don't drift through my day. I have a plan. I have set goals that I want to accomplish, and I make sure that I set myself up so that I can accomplish them. This life isn't just easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. I wish it was, but it's doable. And listen for you all, hard for you all. When you hear something like something is hard, you act like it's not doable. Hard is doable. If you're exercising on a daily basis, it's doable. Is it always easy to get up and exercise? Heck no. But is it important? Is it necessary? Y'all see them guns? Y'all see them guns? That's from commitment. Is it hard sometimes? But hard is doable. And then sometimes it's not hard Every day that I get up to exercise, there are days that some days I am perfectly fine. And then some days I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this. Woo, but I'm going to do this. Listen, again, leaders don't just drift through their days, people. They drive their days with intention. This doesn't mean you have to have your entire life figured out right this second, but it does mean that you set clear goals and lead yourself, not have someone else lead you. You lead yourself step by step towards that goal. So here are some actionable thoughts that I want you to think about and I want you to do. If you have not, please set a professional goal and a personal growth goal because they both matter. You need a professional goal and you need a personal growth goal. So I want you to set them. Again, do not say, oh, I really should. Sparkle Joy Coach Marissa, what you saying is so on point, and yet you don't do it. I need you to set a professional and a personal growth goal. And then you break the big goals into small, achievable actions that you can take every day. I know what I am saying sounds very simplistic. Guess what? It really is that simplistic. You take your big goal and you break them down into bite-sized achievable goals. And then you're going to stay committed even when the progress feels slow. Leadership is built in the small choices. Showing up on time, that's a small choice. Completing tasks, wow, that's a small choice. Speaking up when needed, that's a choice that you can make. And it starts with small choices. You do not have to just start out thinking, it's just like starting out thinking that you have to achieve everything. You don't have to achieve everything. You start with small goals. When you become your best coach, your best cheerleader, most of you cheerlead for everybody else, but you will not cheerlead for yourself. Oh my goodness. If I had a dime for what I'm about to say, you all are best friends to so many people, but you refuse to be your own best friend. You tell somebody, you know what? You have to look on the brighter sides of things. And yet, will you look on the brighter side of things? Say you just had a breakup. And yes, they can be extremely devastating. And you're just like, what was me? I can't get out of this. And yet, if you were talking to your sister, when I say sister, it doesn't mean I don't mean biological. I'm just talking about you talking to your girlfriend, your good girlfriend. You like, girl, if you don't get in there and wash your face, but you not washing your face. You see what I'm saying? You all are cheerleaders. You all are champions for so many people. And I really do need you to turn that around on you. You will give and give and give, but you will not give to yourself. You will give your time to your children. You will give your time to your spouse. You'll give your time to your church. You give your time to your neighbor. But when you need to sit down and take 20 minutes out of your day to read a book that's going to give you something to get you to achieve a goal, you won't do it because you keep giving yourself, you keep giving pieces of yourself to everybody, but you won't give yourself the nutrition that it needs. And I don't mean the food, I mean the learning, the knowledge, the mindset shifts. You must become your best cheerleader, your best coach. Can you please start listening to yourself? What you tell your friends to do, those things that you won't do yourself? Stop waiting for opportunities. I need you to start creating. Now, with all that being said, let's quickly do a recap. Personal leadership, it's the foundation of all leadership. It's important because organizations, teams, and people, for that matter, are looking for people who are already leading themselves with responsibility and purpose to strengthen Your personal leadership, we talked about two things. One, you need to own your story and your power. Your experience is your advantage. And two, I need you to do this today and this week. Set clear goals and lead yourself towards them every single day. Do not miss an opportunity to get to your goals. Do not. Personal leadership means stepping fully into who you are and where you're going without waiting for permission. When you lead yourself first, doors will open, confidence will grow, and success will follow. Own your story, lead your path, not your neighbor's path. And if all of this sounds good, but yet you're still confused, you need to connect with a coach. And please, you all, let it be a coach that has some credentials. Don't let it be fly by night. Let them have some credentials. Connect with me, connect with someone because you need to lead your path, not your neighbor's path. Your next level is waiting for you right now. Your next level is waiting for you. Please do not forget to like and subscribe from whatever platform you are watching us from. Join me next week for more incredible insights. You deserve nothing but the best. It's my goal to ensure that you move to your next level. Let's take your career to new heights together. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, you are the leader you've been waiting for.